The Nereus cut through the dark, icy waters of the Pacific Ocean, its powerful lights barely penetrating the abyssal depths. Dr. Lena Morales gripped the controls with a mix of excitement and caution. As the lead marine archaeologist on this deep-sea expedition, she had spent years chasing myths and legends about lost civilizations, but nothing had prepared her for what their advanced sonar had just revealed. The signal was unlike anything recorded before, an unnatural geometric shape buried beneath layers of sediment and coral. It pulsed faintly, as if alive. The possibility that it could be an ancient city sent a thrill through the team. For months, governments and private sponsors had poured resources into this mission, hoping for a discovery that could redefine human history. Now, with the Nereus descending, the truth was about to surface. "Lena, we're approaching the coordinates," said Commander Raj Patel, the mission's pilot, his voice steady but charged with anticipation. "Prepare for visual scan." The small submersible glided closer, its external cameras broadcasting the first images back to the surface ship. On the screens, massive stone structures emerged from the darkness towers. Bridges and sprawling plazas encrusted with vibrant coral and strange glowing plants that defied scientific classification. The city was astonishing in scale and preservation, clearly engineered by a civilization far beyond any known in human records. Lena's heart pounded. "It's real," she whispered, hardly daring to believe it herself. A whole city, Ativ, beneath the sea. The Nereus settled near a colossal archway carved with intricate symbols. Lena reached for her tablet, comparing the markings to her extensive database of ancient scripts. Nothing matched exactly. But there were echoes of forgotten languages. Perhaps the city belonged to an early human civilization lost to time, or an advanced culture that existed alongside early humanity. "Can we enter?" Raj asked. "Only if the pressure systems hold," Lena replied, activating the external robotic arms to clear debris blocking the gateway. As the heavy stone door creaked open, a cold current swept through the submersible, carrying a scent unlike anything Lena had experienced, salty but tinged with something almost electric. Inside, the city's corridors extended in perfect symmetry. The walls were lined with panels, emitting a soft blue glow. Lena reached out and touched one, and the entire structure seemed to hum in response. Lights flickered along the pathways, revealing murals depicting scenes of daily life, people harvesting strange crops, constructing machines, and gazing up at stars unfamiliar to modern astronomy. This technology is advanced, yet organic. Lena observed, awe thick in her voice. They harnessed energy without pollution. "Look at this. This device purifies water at an incredible rate." Raj leaned closer to the screen. "What happened to them? Why did this city end up underwater?" The question hung heavy. Lena scanned further and found a sealed chamber, its door etched with warnings in the same strange script. Inside, holographic images flickered to life, showing figures in flowing robes speaking to crowds, warning of an impending disaster. The holograms revealed a timelining environmental collapse caused by unchecked consumption and warfare. The city's builders had submerged their home beneath the waves, activating safeguards designed to preserve their knowledge until humanity was ready. A chill ran down Lena's spine. They planned for a future crisis, maybe even our future. Suddenly, the Nereus shook as a pulse of energy rippled through the city. The glowing plants brightened, and strange bioluminescent creatures darted past the windows. The ocean around them seemed alive, aware. Raj's voice broke the silence. "Lena, sensors are picking up movement nearby. We're not alone down here." The discovery was no longer just an archaeological marvel. It was the beginning of a story that could reshape the fate of humanity. Beneath the sea, in the heart of this hidden city, lay secret sand, perhaps answers that the surface world desperately needed. Lena steadied herself. We have to keep going. Whatever this city is, it's waiting for us. The Nereus hovered silently in the city's vast central plaza, its lights revealing more of the ancient metropolis. Towering spires stretched upward, their surfaces smooth and polished despite the centuries underwater. Lena's team gathered around the submersible's main viewing window, eyes wide with wonder and a growing sense of urgency. "We're looking at a technological marvel," said Dr. Kean Park, the expedition's chief engineer. "The materials here don't match anything on the surface. They're durable, yet lightweight. And these power conduits, they're still active." Lena nodded. "It's like they designed this city to last forever." She moved toward a nearby structure shaped like a dome, its surface covered in intricate glyphs and panels. Her fingers traced the patterns, marveling at the craftsmanship. These symbols could be a language or a code. If we can decode them, maybe we can unlock their technology. Raj checked the Nereus' scanners. There's something else. Thermal readings show pockets of warmth scattered through the city, like it's still alive in some way. As the team ventured deeper, the city seemed to react to their presence. Lights blinked on and off in sequence, pathways illuminated as if inviting them further inside. Lena's pulse quickened. Was this an advanced security system or a greeting? Suddenly, the ground trembled. A section of the plaza floor slid open, revealing a staircase spiraling downward into darkness. The team exchanged glances. "Shall we?" Lena asked. With careful steps, they descended into the depths. The air was cooler, tinged with salt and something metallic. Walls lined with glowing conduits pulsed faintly. At the base of the stairs, a massive chamber unfolded filled with towering machines covered in algae and coral. Yet unmistakably functional. KEO and approached a console, wiping away grime. With a few taps on a touchscreen panel, the machines hummed to life, casting a gentle light over the chamber. A holographic map appeared, showing the city's layout, key facilities, and a symbol glowing in red deep within the network. That red marker, Lena said, could be the control center or power source. If we can reach it, we might understand how this city operates. Before they could move on, an unexpected sound echoed, soft clicking from the shadows. Lena's heart leaped. "Did you hear that?" Raj raised his flashlight, scanning the darkness. From the corner, something small and quick darted away, disappearing into a side tunnel. "Bioluminescent," Lena whispered, peering into the tunnel. Some kind of creature adapted to this environment, but intelligent. Maybe? The team pressed forward cautiously, every step stirring ancient dust and coral. They came upon a massive hall decorated with murals depicting the city's history. The paintings showed the rise of this civilization, their mastery of science and harmony with nature. Yet in the final scenes, the images grew dark scenes of conflict, environmental decay, and the decision to retreat beneath the waves. Lena's voice was heavy. They knew something was coming. They sacrificed everything to protect their knowledge. Keon scanned the room and found a hidden compartment. Inside was a sleek device shaped like a crystal, pulsing faintly with energy. This might be a power source or a data storage unit. We should take it back for analysis. As they prepared to leave, the soft clicking returned, louder this time. From the shadows, glowing eyes appeared, small, agile figures with translucent skin and luminescent markings. They moved silently, observing but not attacking. Lena stepped forward slowly, holding up a hand in peace. "We don't mean harm. We want to learn. Can you understand me?" One of the creatures blinked and then emitted a series of melodic tones. To the team's astonishment, a translation device in Lena's suit began to interpret the sounds into words. "We are the keepers," the creature said. "Descendants of the city's builders, guardians of its secrets." We watch, waiting for the time to reveal what lies beneath. The team exchanged stunned looks. This discovery was more than a lost city. It was a hidden civilization, silently enduring beneath the sea for millennia. Lena felt a surge of hope mixed with responsibility. We need your help. The surface world is in danger, and your city might hold the key to saving it. The keeper's eyes shone brighter. Then you have taken the first step, but the journey ahead is perilous. Not all who seek the city's power do so with good intentions. As the keepers led the team toward the heart of the city, Lena knew their mission had just become far more complex, and far more vital than anyone had imagined. The glow of the city's bioluminescent plants and the soft light from the nearest cast eerie shadows as Lena Morales and her team followed the keepers through twisting corridors and vast chambers deep within the sunken city. Each step took them further from the familiar surface world and deeper into a realm where time seemed suspended. The keepers moved with a fluid grace, their translucent skin shimmering faintly, their eyes reflecting a wisdom born of centuries beneath the waves. They communicated through melodic tones, which the team's translation devices slowly learned to interpret, revealing fragments of their story. We are the legacy of those who built this city, one keeper explained. Our ancestors foresaw the destruction that would come to the surface. They chose to retreat beneath the sea to protect knowledge and life itself. Lena listened intently. But why remain hidden? Why not warn the surface world before? The keeper's voice was solemn. Our ancestors feared rejection and violence. The surface was consumed by greed and conflict. They hoped one day humanity would be ready to embrace the truth and work together to save the planet. As the team ventured deeper, they came to a vast chamber lined with crystalline structures pulsating with energy. In the center stood a massive console, its surface alive with shifting symbols and glowing pathways. The keepers gestured toward it, inviting the team to interact. Kian Park stepped forward, his fingers tracing the delicate carvings. This looks like a control center. If we can unlock its functions, it might explain how the city maintains itself and how it could help us. Suddenly, the chamber vibrated as the ancient machines slowly powered up. Screens flickered to life, displaying images of Earth's past oceans teeming with life. Skies clear and blue, vast forests thriving. Then, the images shifted to show the devastating changes: pollution, deforestation, rising temperatures. We are witnessing the history of both worlds, Lena said softly, her eyes fixed on the scenes. The city was designed not just to survive, but to heal. The keepers nodded. The technology here can restore balance, but it requires harmony between surface and sea. Both must trust each other to succeed. Before the team could respond, the Nereus's sensors picked up rapid movement outside the chamber. A low rumble echoed through the halls, and the city's walls pulsed with light. Alarmed, Raj Patel activated the submersible's external defenses. What is happening? Lena demanded. One of the keeper's melodic tones became sharp and urgent. Danger approaches. Others from the surface have found the city. They come not as allies, but as conquerors. Panic rippled through the team. The fragile balance they had uncovered was under threat. We have to protect this place, Lena said firmly. The knowledge here could save humanity. But if it falls into the wrong hands, a sudden explosion rocked the outer corridors. Debris fell, and distant voices echoed through the tunnels. Soldiers and mercenaries, armed and determined, had infiltrated the city. Prepare for confrontation, Raj warned. They want control, not cooperation. Lena turned to the keepers. Can your people help defend the city? The keepers exchanged glances. We are bound to protect the city, but our power is limited by the ancient pact with our ancestors. We cannot act without risking the city's destruction. With no time to lose, Lena rallied her team. We must buy time and find the city's core. If we can activate its full potential, we might be able to defend its hand, maybe even reverse. The damage on the surface? The group moved swiftly, navigating labyrinthine passages as they evaded pursuing forces. Along the way, Lena glimpsed the resilience of the keepers, their silent vigilance and unwavering dedication to their charge. As they reached the heart of the city, the core chamber unfolded before them, vast sphere of shimmering light and swirling energy. Lena stepped forward, her hand hovering over the control panel. "This is it," she whispered. "The key to everything." But activating the core would come with consequences. The city's technology was alive, connected to the ocean itself, and its awakening would ripple across the planet in ways no one fully understood. Lena took a deep breath. For humanity's survival, we have no choice. With a steady hand, she initiated the sequence. Outside, the waters began to glow, alive with energy. The city stirred, ancient but powerful, ready to offer its secrets, send its hope to a world hanging by a thread. As the core chamber hummed to life, Lena Morales felt a surge of energy ripple through her body. The shimmering sphere at the center radiated light that seemed to pulse with a heartbeat, ancient, powerful, and alive. Around her, the keepers watched with solemn eyes, their glow brightening in response to the awakening. "Do you feel that?" Kian Park asked, his voice filled with awe. "It's like the city itself is waking up." Lena nodded, reaching out to the control panel. Symbols shifted beneath her fingertips, and suddenly the chamber was filled with images, holograms projected into the air. Telling a story written long ago, scenes flickered before them. Lush landscapes, vibrant oceans, and skies filled with stars unfamiliar to modern astronomers. The city's creators appeared tall, graceful beings who combined technology and nature seamlessly. Their voices, translated through the keeper's melodic speech, filled the chamber. "We built this city to safeguard knowledge and life," the ancient hologram said. "Our world was dying. Pollution, greed, and endless war threatened all existence. We chose to hide beneath the waves, preserving the tools to heal, waiting for a time when humanity would be ready." Lena's heart pounded. This was more than history, it was a warning. The hologram shifted, showing a vision of Earth in turmoil. Raging storms, flooded cities, dying forests, and species vanishing from the planet. "The same fate threatens your world," the voice continued. "Our technology can restore balance, but only if you trust and unite." Raj looked uneasy. "Trust is hard when the world is fractured. Nations fight over resources, and people fear change." The keeper closest to Lena responded softly, "The choice is yours. The city offers hope, but it demands humility and cooperation. Without these, the city's power may be lost." Suddenly, the holographic images changed again, revealing the city's advanced systems machines designed to cleanse oceans, purify air, and restore ecosystems. Blueprints for renewable energy far beyond surface technology unfolded in intricate detail. This knowledge could save millions. Lena said, her voice trembling with the weight of responsibility. "But how do we convince the world to believe in this? To share instead of compete?" Kian studied the data, eyes wide. "If we can replicate even a fraction of this technology, we can reverse so much damage. But the technology here is tied to the city. It's not something you can just take and use elsewhere without consequences." The keepers nodded in agreement. The city systems are interconnected with the ocean's life force. It must be nurtured, not exploited. As the team absorbed the revelations, an urgent alarm sounded throughout the city. The rival faction, the mercenaries and military forces that had infiltrated the city, were closing in on the core chamber. Their intent was clear: seize control of the city's power for their own purposes. Lena's mind raced. "We have to secure this place. They activate the technology without understanding its balance. It could cause catastrophic damage. Raj prepared the Nereus for a defensive position. We'll hold them off as long as we can. The keepers began activating protective measures and mergy shields shimmering into existence. Ancient defense systems awakening from dormancy. The city was fighting back. As the first clash echoed through the halls, Lena made a silent vow. She would protect the city and its secrets with everything she had. The future of humanity depended on it. But even as they defended the city, Lena wondered if humanity was ready to face the truth, whether the hidden city beneath the sea could truly be the key to survival. The Nereus shook as the mercenary forces stormed the outer corridors of the sunken city. Gunfire echoed off the ancient stone walls, their shots sending shards of coral and dust into the water. Lena Morales gripped the console, her breath steady but her mind racing. This was no longer a scientific expedition, it had become a battle for the future of Earth. Outside the core chamber, Raj Patel coordinated the team's defense. They're advancing fast. We need to slow them down. Keon Park tapped rapidly on the control panel, activating the city's ancient defense mechanisms. Walls shifted, sealing passageways and rerouting energy to create barriers of force fields. Bioluminescent tendrils snaked along the hallways, emitting blinding flashes that disoriented the intruders. The keepers moved alongside the team, their glowing forms weaving through the chaos with practiced precision. Their melodic calls echoed through the corridors, coordinating efforts with an eerie harmony that was impossible to predict. Lena's voice cut through the tension. We have to get to the central power node. If we can fully activate the city's systems, we can turn the tide. Raj nodded. I'll cover you. Move fast. As Lena and Keon navigated the labyrinthine passages, memories of the city's history flickered in Lena's mind, the warnings of environmental collapse, the hope for restoration, the sacrifices made by the city's creators. The stakes had never been higher. They reached the central power node, massive chamber filled with crystalline structures pulsing with vibrant energy. Lena approached the control console, her fingers trembling slightly as she initiated the activation sequence. The city responded immediately. Energy flowed through the conduits, spreading a wave of light that surged outward. Outside, the waters glowed with renewed life, currents shifting to cleanse pollution and revitalize marine ecosystems. The atmosphere began to stabilize, the first signs of healing visible even in the city's depths. But the mercenaries were relentless. Raj's voice crackled over the comms. They're breaking through the last barrier. You need to hurry. Keon worked feverishly, calibrating the city's technology to respond defensively. If we can link the city's AI to the surface networks, we might be able to broadcast a message, something to unite humanity before it's too late. Lena's eyes fixed on the core. Do it. We don't have a choice. Suddenly, a burst of interference scrambled the signals. The mercenaries had brought a device designed to disrupt the city systems. Lena cursed under her breath. They're trying to shut us down. Gatipa surged forward, confronting the intruders with a display of bioluminescent energy that stunned their attackers. But the fight was brutal and unforgiving in the midst of the chaos. A senior mercenary commander stepped forward, speaking over a translator. Step aside, Morales. This city's technology belongs to whoever controls it. We will use it to rebuild the world our way. Lena met his gaze, unflinching. Your way will destroy what little hope is left. This city was built to heal, not to conquer. The commander sneered. Idealism won't save you. As the battle intensified, Lena realized that this was more than a fight for control. It was a battle for humanity's soul. Greed and fear threatened to undo centuries of progress, while hope and unity hung by a thread. With a final surge, Lena completed the activation. The city's AI came online fully, its voice resonating through the chambers. Protection protocols engaged. Healing processes initiated. Surface and sea balance must be maintained. A wave of calm spread through the keepers and the team. The mercenaries faltered, their devices failing against the city's overwhelming power. Raj's voice was filled with relief. We held them back. Lena allowed herself a moment to breathe, but she knew this was only the beginning. The world above still faced division and distrust. We have the technology, she said. Now we need the will to use it together. The city beneath the sea pulsed with renewed life. Lena's resolve hardened. Humanity's survival depended on more than technology, it depended on hope, courage, and a choice to unite against the darkness. The glow from the city's core bathed the underwater chamber in a soft blue light, illuminating the faces of Lena, Morales and her team as they caught their breath. Outside, the city was alive, not just in its technology, but in a renewed sense of purpose. Yet Lena knew that the battle beneath the sea was only the beginning. We've stabilized the cities. Systems, Keon reported, eyes still scanning the console. But the real challenge is above. The surface world needs to trust us, trust this technology, and more importantly, trust each other. Lena nodded, feeling the weight of that truth. And right now, they're divided more than ever. Raj stepped forward, rubbing the back of his neck. The mercenaries won't give up easily. They'll try to take this technology by force, again, maybe even on the surface. We need allies, people who see the bigger picture. The keepers, glowing softly nearby, exchanged glances. Their leader's melodic voice, translated by the device, was calm but firm. Your world is fractured, but there are those who listen. We can help guide you to the first of these allies. Lena glanced at the holographic map flickering before her. The city's AI had begun sending signals, encrypted pulses traveling through the ocean and up to satellites. They contained not just data, but a message, a plea for cooperation, and a warning of what was to come if humanity did not change course. This is our chance to reach out, Lena said, to start building alliances based on shared survival, not selfish ambition. But she knew it wouldn't be easy. News from the surface was already fragmenting governments suspicious, corporations coveting power, and factions denying the crisis altogether. Suddenly, the CUM crackled with an urgent voice. Lena, this is Admiral Chen. We intercepted the transmission. There's a coalition forming, but some powerful groups want to control the city's technology exclusively. They're pushing to militarize it. Lena's jaw tightened. We can't let that happen. The city's technology is meant to heal, not to dominate. Raj sighed. Sounds like the same old story, power struggles and greed. We need a plan. Lena turned to the keepers. Can your people help us reach the right leaders? The ones willing to listen. The keeper leader's eyes glimmered. We can guide you, but trust must come from action. You must prove that this technology serves all, not just a few. Keon tapped a sequence on the console. We should prepare demonstrations, show the healing powers in real time, clean a polluted river, restore a dying forest. Lena smiled faintly. Actions speak louder than words. Let's start with something undeniable. As the team began, coordinating with surface allies who had shown openness, scientists, environmentalists, even some government officials, Lena felt a flicker of hope. Yet she also knew darker forces were at work. Late that night, as the city's lights softly pulsed around her, Lena found herself alone with Raj. The weight of the mission pressed on both of them. Do you really think humanity can change? Raj asked quietly. Lena stared into the glowing core. I have to believe it. City survived by holding on to hope for centuries. Maybe that's the lesson we need, to hold on to hope, even when the odds seem impossible. Raj nodded slowly. Then we fight. For the city. For the future. Outside, the ocean currents shifted as if responding to their resolve. Beneath the waves, a hidden city stirred ready to guide humanity toward a fragile, precious chance at survival. The shimmering light of the underwater city continued to pulse steadily, a beacon of hope deep beneath the ocean's surface. Yet on the surface, the world remained divided. News broadcasts debated fiercely. Governments bickered over jurisdiction, and powerful corporations maneuvered to control the technology coming from the depths. Lena Morales stood on the deck of the research vessel, staring at the horizon. The sun was setting, casting a fiery glow over the restless sea. Despite the calm above water, she felt the tension tightening like a noose. "Status report," she said, turning to Raj Patel, who was monitoring communications. Raj sighed. "Some factions have agreed to collaborate, but others are building private militias. They want the city's technology for their own agendas. We've had sabotage attempts on supply ships. It's escalating." Lena clenched her fists. "We need to strengthen the coalition. Find more leaders who believe in unity and peace." Just then, the Nereus's sensors beeped urgently. A vessel was approaching, fast military-grade, heavily armed. Raj squinted at the screen. It's a private security force hired by one of the corporations. "They're coming straight for the city. Alert the keepers," Lena ordered. "Prepare defenses. We can't let them seize the city." As the team scrambled to ready the city's protection systems, Lena's mind drifted to the keepers themselves, the silent watchers beneath the waves, whose wisdom and power had saved the city countless times. But even they had limits. The arrival of the mercenaries ignited a fierce underwater battle. Energy shields flickered, bioluminescent tendrils lashed out, and the Nereus maneuvered to defend its precious cargo. In the chaos, Lena found herself face to face with Commander Rourke, the mercenary leader who had first tried to seize the city. His voice crackled over a channel, cold and determined. "You can't stop progress, Morales. The world belongs to those strong enough to claim it." Lena's response was fierce. "Progress without conscience destroys everything. This city was built to save life, not to dominate it," Rourke sneered. "Idealism won't win wars." The battle surged around them, but suddenly the city itself responded. The core chamber's energy flared, sending a wave of power that disabled the mercenaries' weapons and forced their retreat. Lena allowed herself a brief moment of relief. Back. On the vessel, Lena and Raj reviewed the aftermath. "They'll be back," Raj warned grimly. "And next time, with more force." Lena nodded, her resolve hardening. "We need more than defenses. We need to change minds." She reached out to the coalition leaders, scientists, diplomats, and activists to plan a global broadcast using the city's technology. They would show the world the healing power beneath the sea and issue a call to unite for survival. Yet even among allies, cracks appeared. Some questioned whether sharing such advanced technology would lead to new conflicts. Others feared the economic upheaval it might cause. The path to unity was fragile now. One evening, as Lena reviewed messages, a note from the keeper leader arrived through the translation device. "The city's power is strong, but so is the darkness in human hearts. Trust must be earned, not demanded. Watch carefully, for some who claim to be friends seek their own gain." Lena read the message twice, feeling a chill. The challenge was not only external danger came from within, too. That night, she stood alone by the observation window, watching the ocean currents swirl. The city beneath the waves was a marvel of hope and resilience, but hope alone would not save humanity. It would take courage, sacrifice, and above all, the will to change. Her voice was barely a whisper. "We have to be better than before." The dawn broke over the restless ocean, casting soft golden light across the deck of the Nereus. Beneath the waves, the hidden city pulsed with steady energy, a heartbeat in the deep, alive and vigilant. Lena Morales stood at the observation window, her eyes tracing the horizon where sea met sky. The battle for humanity's future had only just begun. But today marked a turning point. The global broadcast had been a success. Using the city's advanced technology, Lena and her coalition had sent a clear message to the world: images of polluted rivers transformed to crystal-clear streams, barren fields blooming with life, and oceans teeming again with vibrant creatures. Scientists and leaders spoke passionately about a future where technology and nature could coexist in harmony. Yet the path ahead was not without challenge. Some factions resisted change, clinging to old power structures and fearing the upheaval that healing would bring. But the message had touched millions, sparking movements across continents, communities demanding cooperation, nations reevaluating priorities, and corporations beginning to embrace sustainability. Lena felt the weight of responsibility, but also a surge of hope. The hidden city beneath the sea was more than a relic. It was a promise that humanity could choose a better way. Raj approached, carrying a message from the coalition's leadership. There's a summit planned next month. Leaders from every continent, scientists, keepers, and representatives from the communities already benefiting from the city's technology. Lena smiled. This is the moment we've been working for, a chance to turn hope into action. Keon joined them, eyes bright with determination. The city's AI is coordinating with surface systems, optimizing the healing processes. We're seeing measurable improvements in air quality and ocean health already. The keeper leader appeared nearby, their form glowing softly. The city welcomes the alliance. But remember, the balance must be preserved. Technology without respect for life will falter. Lena nodded solemnly. We understand. This is not just about machines, it's about values, trust, humility, and unity. As days passed, the Nereus became a hub of collaboration. Scientists worked alongside the keepers, learning to harness the city's gifts while honoring its ancient wisdom. Environmental restoration projects flourished, and the world slowly began to heal. Still, Lena never forgot the warnings, the mercenaries' greed, the skepticism among allies, the fragile threads holding this new era together. But she believed in the strength of people willing to change. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lena stood once more by the observation window. Raj joined her quietly. Do you think it's enough? He asked. Lena looked out at the shimmering ocean. It has to be. We have the tools, the knowledge, and now a chance to rewrite our story. Beneath the sea lies not just a hidden city, but a new dawn for humanity. Raj smiled. Then let's make sure we don't squander it. Together, they watched as the city's light pulsed steadily beneath the waves, a beacon of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of unity. The journey was far from over, but for the first time in a long time, the future felt alive with possibility.